I get asked that question a lot. Usually when I'm on board, passengers will ask me, some of our guests will say, what's your favorite itinerary? And I jokingly say, oh, the one I'm on right now, so they don't feel bad. But certain sections of the world are so fascinating. So for instance, we think history here in the United States, 350 years old is a long time that our country's, been in existence. But you go to Europe, you go to Asia, where you're talking 3, 4, 5,000 years of history. It really is fascinating there to actually experience the things you learn about in school. So I've always loved the history of Europe. I'm a big outdoor nature person, so I love Alaska. I'm actually going to be in Alaska this coming summer. I'm going to be on a ship. Alaska is extremely popular with nature, and the whales playing next to the ship, and the bald eagles overhead, and the salmon bakes, and you wake up in snow-capped mountains, and it's just absolutely fabulous. I sailed out of Asia, out of China before the pandemic. 2 years right before the pandemic, I was sailing out of Shanghai, China, over to Japan, which was absolutely fascinating as well. We had pretty much all Chinese guests on board, and so I had an interpreter wherever I went. As cruise director, I'm in charge of activities and entertainment on board, but I also run a division. I had about 150 people that reported to me, from the singers and dancers to the musicians to the cruise staff and the youth staff. And so about 150 people report just to the cruise director. And so that was exciting as well, sailing out of Asia. The Caribbean's always a nice relaxing cruise to get some sun and to relax a little bit. So different areas of the world are fascinating for different reasons. But I've always said the best education I ever received was from traveling the world. I learned so much more from traveling than I did from staying in school. And so I don't know if that answered your question. I know it was a long way around, but I love Alaska and I love Europe.